Alrighty, folks, one of the things that you are sleeping on in our school community are the 10 or 11 accountability groups. Yes, one of the things you might need is to get around other people doing what you want to do. And one of our leaders of the accountability groups is the one and only Cody Davis, who leads the Gen Z Plus accountability call, which actually occurs Saturday morning, I think at 8 a.m., but he'll tell us. And last week, it went for 2 hours. Folks, you are sleeping on this. The accountability groups inside school are amazing. Cody, what say you? What day, what time, and what happened last week?
Well, it was Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. And the first hour went normal. We talked about goals. I share my goals. Dylan shares his goals because he helps co-host that. And we go through it, and everyone just shares what they're working on. So Jim was there. We had some new folks. A gentleman named Marco joined, and he's new to your community. So that was cool. And he's just sharing what he's working on. He's got a house. He's like, do I sell it? Do I rent it? And so we really got to dive into what I talked about at the One Rental at a Time event, is getting crystal clear on what you want, what you think is important to you. And then we could craft a plan to get there. So we did a pretty deep Q&A for the second half, which is something normally I have to hop off after an hour or so, but that day had open availability. So we really dug into it.
Nice.
Workshopped our goals. I do have it recorded. I got to figure out how to upload all those to school, because I do have all these recorded, but it was awesome. Like, we really got to deep dive some of what people are working on.
This is why school is going to prove to be the thing that I'm most known for. I'm convinced of it, right? I have a best-selling book. I have a growing YouTube channel, but I think school is going to be the thing. And it's because of a couple of things. One is the price point is obviously helps, right? 67 pennies a day, $20 a month. It's nothing if you really are committed to getting wealthy, but it's also not zero, right? Zero invites a lot of pretenders. So I'm not confused that the price point is perfect. Second, my superpower or lucky or whatever you want to call it is attracting other go-givers like yourself that like raise their hands. Frankly, what people may not realize is I asked you about this, I don't know, 6 months ago, and we had a hole in our schedule. There was nobody doing a call on Saturday. It was like we had 6 days covered, but no one on Saturday. And you're like, dude, I'll take it. I'm like, wow, very cool. Awesome. But now we've added even more. And, you know, I think this is just going to go to show that we are a collection of individuals going the same direction. The secret to getting wealthy is, you know, don't do it alone. Be around other people that are really doing it, right? None of us are pretenders, right? I'm not paying you squat, right, to do this. It's just because you're a go-giver and you're helping people, and frankly, you're learning as well. And that's why I think schools it's exploded, right? We've added over 100 people in the last 10 days because we just keep over delivering.
Well, and what's cool is it's not some sales funnel to buy a
I don't know what that is. Yeah. Exactly.
Huge package. Like, a lot of people have these cheap groups to get you into a big expensive group.
Yeah.
It's like, that's why I resonate with this. And what's interesting is now that we've been doing the weekly call, like in the beginning, people didn't know what to expect. People were half in, half out.
Yeah.
We have very regular folks now. It's a group probably around 20 to 25 people.
That's amazing.
And so, you know, we had maybe 10 or 15 of those 25 stay for 2 hours.
That's great.
On a Saturday. Like, who gives up their Saturday?
Yeah.
So that was pretty neat. But it's starting to morph into a family. Like, people just expect that you're going to be there. And the
accountability in the accountability group is real. You want to show up and say what you did last week, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And it's cool to think back to what I started with, because one of my first goals that I shared was I want to help build my liquidity and my cash flow. And something I got to share the day before the event, it was the Friday that I flew into town, into Vegas. Yeah. I closed on a cash out refinance that gave me liquidity and lowered my payment. So I got both, and I got to share that on our first accountability call post event, because of course we didn't have one that Saturday. And so it's not just everyone there that's moving forward. Like, I'm moving forward too.
Yeah, that's amazing. And again, I think, folks, you need to join school. If you're serious about real estate investing, getting wealthy, you got to join, give it a shot. You also, You also obviously led the presentations day one. All of that is in school, right? We've got the podcasts also loaded only on school. Just talk about the event. Remind people of what's inside there.
Well, the event was awesome. I was networking basically the whole time. So
That's awesome.
someone asked who my favorite presenter was, and that was this morning when I was doing the weekly live with Mark, financial firefighter.
Yeah.
He said, "Who's your favorite speaker?" And it's like, honestly, I heard bits and pieces of everyone, but I was networking the whole time. I was chatting with the teenagers. I was chatting with people that were getting started, people that were already started. That was my first time I ever really got to network with Matt, the lumberjack. So I was networking the whole time, and that is not something that I get to do often. So, talk about a cool event, because I was learning from everybody. And even when they were learning from me, I was learning from them. Like, there was different backgrounds people were coming from. Some of the teens, like, I'd love to make 1,000 a month. And some were like, I want to make 1 million a month. And I could see myself in both of them. So
it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll share this with you. I always anchor where all of my events start is I have to create an umbrella theme. And then I build out the agenda from there. So this might be the first time I'm saying this. So I think I have my 2 themes, and I want you to be critical, right? Because again, I still have time to change this, right? I still have 11 months, or not 10 and a half months to change these.
Yeah.
So the overarching theme for the entire event is going to be what's working now. And I took that from Brandon, Build to Rent, and Jared, Co-Living, right? Both presentations, very concrete, what's working right now. So I think I want to make year 4, that'll be the anchor theme for the entire event. Great. And then for my harebrained crazy idea, which I've already nominated you for, your lovely wife and Dylan for, what I'm currently envisioning is a 4-hour breakaway for teenagers, which I hope 50 people are there, 50 teenagers are there, is going to be how to be financially free by 30. So those are my 2 anchor umbrellas that I will build everything else around. What do you think?
I think you're going to have good talking points. I know I have good talking points, and beauty of it is if you start at 20 and it takes a decade, you're going to hit financial freedom by 30.
Boom.
So it's just the exposure piece there, putting yourself in the right environment, like the community that you've built.
Yeah.
But I think that's great. And I know I can talk about something for an hour or 2 on that topic. My wife definitely wants to chat to that topic, because on her own, before we were married, she had enough passive income to never work a job.
That's awesome.
And that was between her investments in property. That was between her paycheck from the service she did in the military for an extended period of time. Like, she didn't have to work again. So she does it to build a better future.
Right.
And she did it before 30 years old. And so
it's awesome.
She's a talking point on that too.
Yeah. This is going to be a lot of fun. Again, I think, this is still very much in the messy, brainstorming session, but I think I'm starting to lock in on the theme. I'll run it by Matt and Dion on Wednesday, probably even Anna on Tuesday, but I it's starting to feel real, which is when I really start get going and I start getting speakers and, start having those conversations. So again, I think year 4, January 15th, 16th is going to be what's working now. And then for the teenagers, how to be financially free by 30. They just feel right.
There's something you haven't thought about. At least I imagine you haven't thought about it, but we do this now. So it's going to be 2027, which means those teenagers, 20 years old, 21, they're going to be financially free if they act on it by 2037.
Correct.
And one of your objectives is to have this outlive you. And you're saying, well, the school community is how I do it. What I see is now you have financially free people that don't have to work a job, that basically become your brand ambassadors, that are going to outlive everybody else because they're 30 years old and don't need to work. Like,
I mean, that is what I see in you. I mean, let's just have the real conversation. I mean, I had a couple of people come up to me at the event and say, Zuber, no offense, but you're old, right? 53. You've probably got another 10 or 15 years of hustle in you, which is reasonable, right? Father Time is undefeated for a reason. And they're like, what happens then? And I'm like, honestly, I hope somebody like Cody, if it's Cody, great. If not, someone like Cody picks this up and, I come around as the old grandpa once a month, just so I'm not bored. But my goal is somebody else picks this up. And then, 20 years from there, you hand it off to someone else. My hope is one rental at, if one rental at a time, the mantra, the thing that we do is still going 100 years from now, that'll far exceed my expectations. But that's what I hope happens. And if it's you or, a 15-year-old that we meet next year, someone's going to pick up this thing because I can't do it forever.
Well, people come into your life for a reason, but I truly believe that the teens, when they hit their 10-year stride, because I'm still 3 years away from my 10-year, and it feels pretty good now.
Yeah.
You become an ambassador for life because you don't have to do anything other than maintain.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
exactly.
I do see that as part of the future for what you're doing. And I believe that whether it's me or, the bunch of teens that start doing this at an early age, I mean, the reason I did it is because of the exposure at an early age.
Yeah.
They will become basically the preachers for what you do. They're going to share it.
That's the goal. I mean, that's why I'm willing to, again, funding tickets for 50 teenagers. I mean, just real. That's probably going to cost me. It's probably $5,000. It's probably $100 a head.
Yeah, for food
food and all the other stuff that the little tchotchkes that I give away to everybody. Yeah, it's probably $100, and I'm more than happy to do it because it feeds my bigger goal. I mean, I'm willing to make that investment, and I know not all 50 will do it, but if we got five of the 50 to start this journey, that would be amazing because those 5 will have their own 5, and this spider web just grows.
Also, I want a pair of one rental at a time sweatpants.
Oh, I can make that happen.
I wear sweats everywhere because I get to wear what I want when I want because I bought rentals 7 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, send me your address off the record and I will put together a care package for you because I think I have, and your sizes. Make sure you include your wife as well. I'll make sure she gets a pair. But I actually have a couple of versions, one from the year before and one from this one. I'll make sure you get. So cool. Send me your address.
All right.
Let's close on why people need to join school and why they need to attend your accountability group of 1 of 11. I'll ask you this way: who needs to attend your accountability call Saturday mornings?
The folks. I mean, okay. So if you are open to getting someone's perspective, I think my perspective's changed more than anybody else in your group from when I met you to now.
I would say that's very fair. Yes.
Yeah. I don't think there's a single person who has done as much of a 180 as me.
No, I think that's fair. Yeah.
So having lived both experiences, if you're open to a different perspective, I don't think there's anybody in the group that will give you that side of it. Because I went from buying multiple 8 figures of real estate with like no money in my bank account and realized that's not the right way. But there's a lot of intricacies in there that are valuable.
Yeah, for sure.
And so for folks who are interested in just getting someone's 2 cents on their situation and attainable paths to get to their goals, I can break that down pretty simply. And the people that are in that group, more so than just me, they're awesome.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Flavio's there every single week. Mark's there. So we're always rooting or ragging on the Bears. But yeah, if you want to get some different exposure to ideas that you're probably not going to get elsewhere, I would show up. Even if you only show up for 4 weeks, just show up 4 weeks in a row.
Give it a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And again, folks, don't forget, you will get the entire Vegas replay, including Cody's presentation, including all the podcasts. It's all in there for your disposal for free, no upsell. And again, it's really funny for me to think, because I get beat on all the time by all these gurus talking about funnels and all this crap. It's really funny for me to think that $20 is my expensive item. That's the expensive item I sell, $20 a month. It makes me laugh all the time. Cody, where can people find you?
Cody Davis Business Adventures. I'm about to pass 1,750 subscribers on YouTube.
Let's get him there, folks. 1750 is not good enough. He needs to be at 5 and 10,000 for all the value that he brings. Cody, you're amazing.
We'll see, but one day at a time, right?
One video, one day at a time. Life does come down to that simple thing, one day at a time. Thanks,
All right.
family.
Good to see you.
Yep.